Alright, well, welcome to Homemade Science 101. Today we will be trying to construct what is called hot ice. This is the basic setup. I'm going to see if I can do this right. Have a heating surface, since I don't have a heat pad and something to boil in. I have a feeling I'm going to need to do some calculations, so a calculator. I need to get 30 milliliters of water, so this is just half water, and I don't have anything big enough for 30 milliliters, but I do have an old medicine syringe that goes to 3 milliliters, so I will just use that 10 times. And then I also have some sodium acetate trihydrate. Now I also am going to need to weigh out 170 grams of that, and I do not have a scale. So lucky for me, this doesn't have to be super exact. So what I did is I took my ruler, put it on a pin right at the 6-inch mark, which makes this roughly balanced. And I know the weights for change. A quarter is 5.7 grams, nickel is 5, dimes 2.2, and so on. So I will go ahead and use this by putting a heap of the trihydrate here, and I will put pennies and nickels and dimes on it until it tips, and I will calculate what the mass is. Okay, well, we went ahead and I weighed out 170 grams. You can see all my change that I used, and added 30 milliliters of water. So I used 10 3-milliliter plunges, and this is about the consistency that I have right now. I just put it over medium heat, and I will continue to stir this until it is a clear liquid. It took about 10 minutes, and all the crystals have disappeared. It is now just a clear fluid. So now I will go ahead and transfer it into my container. I have transferred the fluids to you can't really see it, the flask, and I placed it in the fridge, and I will check on it in 5 minutes. Alright, so it's been 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and check it. I know that it's not going to be completely cold yet, but what I'm looking for is crystallization that's occurring in the actual fluid, which I don't see any, which would mean that I don't have my mixture right, and I would have to go ahead and make adjustments. But it's looking good, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back in here and continue to let it cool. And I'm going to repeat this process every 5 minutes until it's about room temperature. Alright, here we go. It is now at room temperature. Now I want to keep continue putting it in the cooler, because I kind of want to try something further after this experiment. But for the purposes of to see if my mixture is actually right, it's a good time to test. So what I'm going to do is I have a glass plate. I'm going to pour just a little bit of it actually on the plate. Now, if my calculations are correct, I should be able to just touch this with my finger and it should crystallize. So let's see what happens. And there it goes. Just like that. Success!